Hey everyone! If you have ever had trouble starting seeds on paper towels, then this video is for you. There are a lot of articles and videos on the internet saying that a good way to start your seeds is on paper towels. And yes, this method can work, but I've found that unless the seed is quite large, it can be very difficult to extract the seed sprouts from the paper towel when they're ready to be planted. I've found that especially with small seeds, their roots just get stuck in the paper towels, and if you put a lot of them or they have moved around, then they could get close to the roots of other seeds and it's hard to tear apart. And it is just a very monotonous and meticulous process, and I've found out that it is completely unnecessary. So here's all you have to do, and you can modify this however you want. The one thing you do need is do not use paper towels, use toilet paper. It is much easier to tear, making it much easier to quickly remove small sprouted seedlings with a lot less risk of damaging them. So you can use whatever container or plastic bag you want. This is just how I typically do it. I found it works nice in these square containers because they're about the size of a sheet of toilet paper. Now, this will not work for every seed because some seeds have specific moisture conditions where they don't like a lot of moisture, and maybe you shouldn't cover them the way that I do. So just be sure to pay attention to the moisture requirements of the seed that you are planting, but this way will work for most seeds. All I do is I put down one sheet of toilet paper in this square container. I spray it with a little water from a spray bottle. Then I put in my seeds. I put them all neatly, trying not to make them touch too much. That still helps. They're a lot easier to extract when they're not all tangled together. So I put them on the piece of toilet paper, giving them some space. And then this also helps them not roll around. Assuming they are standard seeds that like a good amount of moisture when germinating, I cover them with another piece of toilet paper, and I also spray that toilet paper piece with some water. Then you can just stick these seeds in a warm place. Some seeds do need light to germinate, so you may want to stick them next to a warm window. Just be sure if it is super cold outside, do not stick them right next to the window because that cold air can emanate from the window and slow down your germination. And make sure you pay attention to the ideal temperature of germination for the seed. Most seeds will be fine germinating at the standard temperature indoors. They like it warm and they'll do fine that way. However, some seeds prefer a little bit cooler temperature to germinate. So maybe you put this container in the basement instead, or wherever you have a cooler place. And then you wait. That is all. You wait until, this is the fun part, since the toilet paper is so thin, instead of sprouting and just kind of spreading out underneath the piece of paper that I put on top of them, the seeds most of the time just sprout right up through that top piece of paper, making them all neat and straight. And then when you are ready to put them in dirt, it is so much easier than paper towels. You just grab them, the toilet paper rips really nicely, you tuck them in the soil, and ta-da! You have some very nice seedlings. The reason I like starting seeds on paper so much, and the reason I originally started trying to germinate them on paper towels in the first place, is because it's so much easier to keep them all moist, and you don't have to worry about empty spots in your seed containers because you're only taking out the ones that germinate. And I've found that most seeds have the highest germination rate when I start them on paper. So You will not have to worry about blank spots in your garden, and you can put them all in a neat row for them to grow and thrive. That is all I have for today. Just a quick tip that has, I kid you not, revolutionized the way I start seeds, because it was such a struggle with paper towels. I don't know why more people do not suggest toilet paper, but it has been so much better, so I really wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you also have success using this with your seeds. Have a wonderful day, and be sure to click that like button and subscribe. Goodbye.